office, understanding that, hey, you're working for the people. That's the work. That's what you sign up for. But anyway, caller, thank you so much for your contribution. Hold on there, Janice. Let me introduce the general. Just was graced here. Just feel the whole room just shake up, as you know. Hey. Oh, you understand what I say? Mr. Alexander. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I see you grace us with your presence, man. You all in a suit. It's like, is he there getting married or you?
Good morning, Deputy Political Leader Anthony Defoe. Good morning, PEP PRO Janice Lemon Creaky. Good morning to all the listeners. Good morning to all of you joining us on the live. Those of you now getting this live video, feel free to share it. Those of you listening to us now, text, WhatsApp, call friends and relatives and tell them it's about to get hot.
Aye, look pressure in the place. I tell you, I feel it from as you are getting.
It's about to get hot. Tony walking down the road to come in here, parking my car. I watch a black man sprawl out on the corner of Tragrit and Polka out cold.
Out cold.
Out cold, a vagrant, homeless, out cold on the corner of Polkaru and Tragrit. A black man. Like the black man who crawled and dead in front of the hospital.
Yeah,
black
boy.
man.
Yeah,
This country is cruel to black skin. Trinidad and Tobago is not a country where you can easily rise from the bottom if you find yourself black. Worse, if you find yourself living in a depressed, at-risk or hotspot community. Everything we talk about, every single thing that we talk about as a nation that is stress for everybody is ridiculous stress for black people. Trinidad and Tobago, the grandchildren of Africa in Trinidad and Tobago, sold their souls to an evil and corrupt organization called the People's National Movement. Eric Williams was a Satan worshipper. Eric Williams was a nasty, nasty man. Eric Williams wrenched black skin from the Queen and sold it to the neo-colonialists. I'm sitting down looking out the window, the corner of Pole Carew Street and Tragrit Road at Woodbrook Primary School, where black children go. Black children predominantly. Well, but black children are supposed to go to that school. And because there's black children that go to that school is no longer a school. It was broken down and demolished to be renovated. When you look out the window, all you see are steel beams 10 years now. 10 years now because over time, they want people to forget and move on so that could be sold to one of the 1% financiers of the PNM that I can almost bet you not black. And black Trinidad and Tobago has to have a conversation with itself. Because black Trinidad and Tobago and all its black leaders and all the black Calypsonians and all the black soca stars and all the black athletes, all the Brian Laras and the Dwight Yorks, all the Machelle Montanos and the Bungie Garlands, they have to look around at what the condition of their black relatives are. When Eric Williams said, we live like crabs in a barrel, he didn't refer to anybody else. White people don't live like crabs in a barrel. White people help white people.
Right.
Syrian people help Syrian people. When a Syrian man builds a mall, the first stores go to Syrian business owners. When a Chinese, C3 in San Fernando is 3 Chinese businessmen that built that. For Chinese business owners, Movie Town, Excellent Stores, and the third one is the supermarket. No, the supermarket.
JT.
Yeah, that supermarket. The Chan family. That's what the C3 is for. Chin, Chan, and somebody else. One of the others, right? Chinese people lift and carry Chinese people. Syrian people lift and carry Syrian people. White people lift and carry white people. Indian people in this country have the largest culture in Trinidad and Tobago. So it is Indian supporting Indian, and it is why Indian communities are thriving despite the nasty attacks from the Eric Williams PNM. We call them a recalcitrant minority, from the nasty attacks from people like Jones P. Madeira, who for everything that Nalini call in and talk about her ZTV experience and how she didn't want Keith Rowley on her TV, as nasty as her phone call was, That was between her and Kiron. But Jones P. Madeira wrote Chutney Rising as a headline on The Guardian to send a message to Indian people that they are irrelevant in the country. And yet they still thrive. Yet they still thrive. Basdio Pandey created dollar for dollar so that everybody poor people who wanted a chance at university, the state would match your dollar with their dollar. So it would give everybody an opportunity. Patrick Manning decided, well, if black people not taking advantage of dollar for dollar, let's make it free.
Right.
Let's call it GATE. Let's give it to them free of charge. And signing them up by the tens of thousands to a couple schools that jump up and start accepting GATE for people who never completed any of the courses that they signed up for. So GATE didn't reward the poor black man at the bottom as they pretended it was going to do. When they created CPEP, URP, OJT, and all the other alphabet soups of ways and means to take public funds and give it to party members, it was at the risk of sanity in Trinidad and Tobago. Because when John Rahal, the Minister of Health, shut Caroni down, Patrick Manning justified the shutdown as it cost Trinidad and Tobago $1 billion a year to operate Caroni. But Keith Rowley, in an email message to me, admitted that CPEP and URP cost this country over $1 billion to operate. Now, out of Caroni, we still got food. So even though you were, even if Caroni was losing $1 billion, I'll tell you this, even if Caroni Limited was losing $1 billion, it was giving us food. URP and CPEP gives us nothing. CPEP rewards political finances. The people doing the work on the side of the road get dog money to do that drain cleaning. The people who own the CPEP contracts, if you audit CPEP today, you jail Manning. Rowley, you might jail him too. The fact of the matter is, the black face of the PNM is an Uncle Tom blackface. It is not real black consideration, because this black man that is asleep on the corner of Chagrit Road and Paul Cruz Street here now, he's not the only one. I'll take Keith Rowley by the hand or the scruff of the neck, whichever he prefers, and take him to Besson Street. I'll take him to see underneath Riverside Car Park and see black people dying. Dying of hunger, dying of sickness, dying of ailment. Now the greatest trick that the PNM ever pulled was to make black people in this country hate black skin. That is why it is so easy for black people to get guns and kill one another. Because you don't see white people in Trinidad and Tobago running down the road behind one another, shooting one another and killing them. You don't see that. If you see a Syrian boy get shot in any kind of wrongdoing, you will never see even black people talking about, well, he was a good boy. Even though they have a lot of Syrian people in this country in wrongdoing, they have a lot of white people too in wrongdoing. So a gentleman by the name of Michael Alonso, I think that's his name, asked me why I keep raising this issue and contrasting and comparing white skin versus black skin. Until we have this conversation, every creed and race will not find an equal place.
True, very true.
Until we have this conversation, until the strip of tar that separates Fatima College and Mokorapo Junior Secondary redounds to both sides of that street, coming out of school at the end of the 5 years, both sides with a proper education, every creed and race will not have an equal place. Black people have been reduced to laborers and consumers in this country, and they've been kept there by the PNM. That is my position. The People's National Movement has shackled the minds and the bodies of black Trinbagonians and have kept them subjugated, undereducated, underinformed, and served them up to masters. When the white monarchy of Trinidad and Tobago collapsed during the 1980s recession, white-skinned Syrians had money. For some reason, they had some money, and they were able to buy up everything that white-skinned Trinidadians had to leave. Macaneni Alstons became Ansa Macal. Anthony Sabga was able to buy it. That was a white people business. The Chamber of Commerce was the last bastion of white control in Trinidad and Tobago. All of that is a fact, it's true, and it's our history. But the question I keep asking myself is, and I keep asking Trinidad and Tobago, and I ask all the black people who have all this talk to give me, where's your leaders? Where are the leaders having conversations about establishing black men and black women in trades, in businesses? Where's the conversation that is taking black people in Trinidad and Tobago away from lives of poverty, squalor, desperation, and crime and violence and giving them hope and opportunity? Where? Show me. Because I will shut up today. Don't give me handouts out of the $3 trillion. Because everybody who have a big house in Goodwood Park, Valsin, Fairway, Sinclair, make it out of that $3 trillion. All of them, Sabga, everybody come here, dragging the knuckles, catching their ass. Everybody escape where they were. Who didn't come here as slaves? Who did not arrive in Trinidad and Tobago as slaves, run from something? The Syrians who came here, they didn't leave Syria that had thousands of years of history to come all the way to Trinidad that had nothing. When the Syrians arrived in Trinidad and Tobago, it was nothing. It was a jungle. We had nothing. We barely had a road. We had Frederick Street and the Anglican Church around the savannah. Trinidad was nothing. And the fact that all of those people and every single one of them have been able to pass black people, despite black people having numerical superiority, 500,000 citizens out of 1.4 million, black people have controlled the treasury and the government through what's supposed to be a black party, the People's National Movement. But I asked Brian Lara, when he made his money, why didn't he become the Prince of Laventille? Why did you need to be the Prince of Port of Spain? Why is it in this country black people try to escape blackness instead of embrace blackness and work together to build the community? I hear words like diaspora. I see jackasses like Fitzgerald Hines, Donning, all kind of thing, crow. These are people that know how to use black consciousness conveniently to their financial and political benefit. Crow tell people that the reason he cussed the person when he get caught using the cell phone driving the CPEP van on the road is the man call him a nigger. He sang that in a soca, in a calypso. He say, he called me a nigger, so I turned down my window and cussed where he mother. But nowhere in that whole video did either of them talk race.
Exactly.
Because if it was an Indian man who had called him a nigger, he'd have called him a coolie. You'd have see it in the video. You'd have hear Crow refer to it at some point in the video. But you called me a nigger. You'd have hear him say it. But he never did. He lied. But they know how to use the words nigger and coolie in this country conveniently to divide and rule. If it were not for nigger coolie politics, Keith Rowley could never have been elected to office. He doesn't have the capacity to operate the country. He is a pawn of a small handful of Syrian businessmen who are directing him like a puppet. Now, a lot of these Syrian businessmen benefited under the UNC too, because they're playing a long game. And Kamala, for all her sense, she's stupid. Because you're empowering people who come in to cut your throat. The Game of Thrones in Trinidad and Tobago is real. And the houses in Trinidad and Tobago is racist. And the black community, for all their numerical superiority, have left themselves in the cold.
Holding the shitty end of the stick.
There is nobody in this country. In Trinidad and Tobago, when a black man gets successful, he marries a white woman. You ever notice that?
It's so true, eh? Look at the big ballers.
That is the ultimate prize.
Look at the big ballers.
That's the ultimate prize. Ken Gordon marry a white woman. Brian Lara marry a white woman. Look at it. Dwight York make us for all. They own nothing. And the sad part about that is that were it not for the black consumer, the Syrian community in this country, the 5,000 that Peter George Sr. spoke about, they would be parking car in town and selling cloth in the country. Because it is black Trinidad and Tobago, 500,000 of them that have KFC. Trinidad and Tobago as the #1 KFC on the planet. It is black Trinbagonians. It is black Trinbagonians that allows Mercedes-Benz and BMW and Range Rover to sell in Trinidad. Because black Trinbagonians who buys all of the purchases that Indian people know how to save, black people know how to spend. That is what business people say in this country. That's what businessmen and women refer to black people. In fact, the Syrian community still have a word for black people that when you translate it, it means slave. Syrians refer to black people, Ghassan Youssef. When I said it on Facebook, Ghassan Youssef is the only Syrian that stood up and said it's a fact. He said, when I came here from Syria, I couldn't believe the ease with which black people were referred to as Abid. And black Trinidad and Tobago need to check itself at some point because it is wrecking itself. Watching that little 14-year-old boy get killed in St. James, in whether that was a robbery or not by Sings Lekamat, hurt me to my core. Because at some point I was a little baby in a mother's arms.
Yeah.
But in this country, that little black baby had less of a chance at a life than every other race in Trinidad and Tobago. He was devoid of community. He was devoid of culture. He was devoid of chance, hope, and opportunity. His address worked again behind the bridge. I see one of them was from behind the bridge. When that is your condition, you are consigned to a life of mediocrity, poverty, desperation, and brother, don't get sick. Don't get knocked down. Don't have an incident or an accident. There are no safety nets. Everybody quickly rushes against you and tells you that this is what you deserve. Now I'm saying this again because the Trinidad and Tobago that Kirkwaite want to fix can't fix till Kirkwaite wake up to this. The Trinidad and Tobago that Kirkwaite says he want to fix TNT, it can't fix until he wake up to this. Paulo Kernahan could write till his fingers leave his hand. Until Paulo Kernahan is willing to accept this reality and speak to this, we're going nowhere.
True.
Because the only thing that we don't talk about in this country is the 800-pound gorilla in the room. And that is the fact that black Trinbagonians are marginalized and do not have any real chance at development as a diaspora, as a community, as a culture. In fact, we allow Synergy TV to tell all the little black girls them is hoes. Passa, girl, wind it back, drop it low, get them. And tell all the little black boys they're thugs. That's thug life. Live fast, die young, leave a pretty corpse. That's the bullshit they selling them, you know. That's the bullshit that the media is selling young black males and females. Instead of the state reaching out a hand to make sure that the education system in this country takes all of our people blind to skin color and ensures that every single one, regardless of where you come from in this country, that you have, when you finish that first 10 years, when 15 and 16 find you after CXC, that you holding paper, that you have a chance, that you come out of school with a chance, and that university seats and trade school seats and any other technology, whatever we could create, art, science, music, whatever opportunities that we could create, because we are the soil that's supposed to push forth beautiful flowers for the future. Our generation. Yeah. Our generation will die and leave either a Trinidad and Tobago still fighting for people to find an identity, still fighting for people looking for a job, or we could leave a country where every creed and race finds an equal place. We could leave a country where if you watch 6 people right now, 5 not black. And that's the truth. Because until people sprawl out on the ground, drunk and vagrant in the morning on the side of the road, and people crossing over them, every creed and race not finding an equal place.
Yeah,
They're not.
Yeah.
They're not. And I'm saying to Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm saying it clear, that all of our people, even the people who don't understand what I am saying, even the people who are going to fight me for saying it, there are people who tell me, Philip, you're not black enough, you know. But in my sister's funeral, I found out that Faye Ann Lyons was named after my sister Faye Ann Alexander, that when Austin Lyons, Blue Boy, came in my father's store in St. James, they were friends. And he met my then toddler sister, and he fell in love with her name, Faye Ann, and he told my father, he said, I'll name my daughter. And it came to pass. I know my country. I grew up in Woodbrook, where every kid and race did find an equal place. There was different levels of who had more and who had less, but we all shared. Now I want to tell you something, eh? That song Banjela sang this year.
Yeah. Win. It win.
There is not a wasted word
In that song.
There is not a wasted thought. Even the part where he broke down the song to pray, Lord, hold back this sword, I pray. Even that was perfect and spot on. I met a lawyer who is a successful lawyer. Black man, a black family. And he's successful. But his greatest claim to success is that a Syrian family lets him eat at their table every Sunday. And that a Syrian community lets him wash his car in their yard on a Saturday. And I'm sitting down and I'm thinking to myself, what does it feel like to walk through life with that much self-loathing, where you need the acceptance of people who do not look like you for you to feel accomplished?
You have bills to pay, John?
Yes, we do.
All right. Trinidad?
When we come back, open up those phone lines.
Yes, we will.
So, boss.
Give him some water, boy.
What was it? I'm gonna go get some beer.
Bring a bottle.
I'll get it up by now.
And a cup.
Now we're on the corner.
By Maria's.
Yeah,
You remember,
it was okay.
a cup of tea and a bottle of water. Just tell them it's tea for me and they will know.
All right. You want anything, John?
Music to freedom.
Water?
There we are.
You have money?
Voice of generations and groups already master.
Yeah, you want anything, John? Water.
How many ads you have?
Follow the music.
Four items.
Romain Vargo, Christopher Martin.
Bobby has this one.
We lost. We have to address that. We'll address that.
Stag, a man's beer.
How many ads you said?
California Stockholm.
4 more after this?
Building and industrial supply.
No, yeah, one is the captain.
Limited.
It's an ad that talks about being fed up, and then you have a disclaimer, and there's croissants after this.
So hurry it down and catch these great specials and racetrack wheels. 3 locations: number 330 Eastern Main Road, Aruca; number 64 Southern Main Road, Chase Village; and number 82 Beverly Road, Toledo.
Hello.
Brian, you went besides and get mommy Bailey's yet? You know you've missed the shop.
Oh gosh, Kelly, I don't get no drinks up when I'm far from mommy.
Well, yes, you're putting a smile on her face on Mother's Day for
How
sure.
you mean? I didn't know Passage just for mom sale so big. I make it one time groceries one time.
Passat, the food king supermarket.
When I tell you I'm tired of them ads, them type of, anyway, we do one.
Inside, $19.99 Smart Bar hand towel, 2 for $10. Snuggle toilet paper, 6-pack, $10. Red Bull energy drink, $11.99. Monster energy drink, $12.99. Dimes apple juice, 200 ml, 6 for $10. Caravan style cases, $157.50. Magnum, 3 for $39.99. Terrano juice, 19 ounce, $10. Fruta, 250 ml, 4 for $10. Fruta Cool Kids, 5 for $10. 5 for $10.
And so much more in store.
Wishing you happy Mother's Day. The Food King, located at Princess Down Point Fortin, New Branch, Rio Claro, and Mayaro.
Disclaimer. More FM Limited, its owners and associates, accepts no responsibility for statements made by the talk show host or their guests. More FM Limited does not endorse any of the information provided during this commercially booked segment as the truth. That you have to judge for yourself. We, however, reserve the right to question statements made. But in this time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and corruption, it is sometimes hard to get the truth, but we must try. It is not our intention to discriminate or annoy anyone. We believe it is our constitutional right to free speech, to voice our opinion, and our duty to the population and country to expose the truth. More FM Limited takes no responsibility for the opinions of others.
I am fed up. Fed up of public health failing. I'm fed up of traffic. Fed up of
Before you open your phone lines, that thing that we had, that might be too long to read now. I'll open the phone lines. I just want to talk one more thing.
If you want a better country for you and your family, join the Resident Power Party. Our policies are changing the national conversation. Visit our website at www.peptt.com. Follow us on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Download our app from any app stores, the PEP app. Email us at peptrinbago@gmail.com or call our hotline 347-4PEP for further information. If you want a better country. And where am I?
When you look at Guardian Media, little Nicholas Sabga, who don't know, his ass from his neighbor ass was made managing director of Guardian Media, and all of those people who have slaved to build Guardian for nearly a century, none of them. Samson Nanton poured out his soul. He would lie and cheat for Sabga in the morning. Pour out his soul for Sabga. He's still a nothing. And he go work till he have nothing left in him. And they give him a watch and a plaque.
Well, that's what usually happens with family.
No, yeah, it is a fact, but I want to tell you something. The point I'm trying to make is, you cannot compare how black people treat black people with how the rest of the communities treat each other. Syrian people will hire Syrian people first. Your children, your auntie, your uncle, your nephew, your cousin, they come of age, they finish school, they land, they come back. They was in university and they here. You have an end to get them? Of course. Nice big position, car to drive, air conditioned office. And black people would watch black people open a business and go out of their way to undercut and undermine them. Go in the store and beg for discount price, get credit and never pay, and then cuss them when they close down. We have to face that whole mindset, because if you don't address that, Janice, if black Trinidad and Tobago doesn't look introspectively into black Trinidad, if Belmont and Gonzales and Morva and Beetham and Lavantil and Sealots can't look into itself, then surely there must be a leader somewhere. I mean, I know that there are a lot of so desperately poor, so desperately ignorant and undereducated people that when you hear them talk to you from some of those communities, it's frightening. But I also hear some of the most educated and articulated people come out of those communities too. And I'm wondering, instead of skating water on Fitzgerald Hines for a minute, why not organize the black youth vote? To the gentleman who skated the water on Fitzgerald Hines, that passion in you that made you want to stand up for your community, don't let it end River Estate, Patna, Bagatelle, Rich Plain, Covine, Mason, Factory Road, La Puerta, Sanganga, Abi Pujad, Big Yard, Scorpion, Point Kumana, St. Peter's. Those women of those communities Who, when your children, when your little black son lying on the ground with blood coming out of him, his dead body being ridiculed and mocked by a society that has nothing for him, why don't black women organize themselves out of caring, compassion, and love and stand up in the memory of all these dead boys? I see a country that for the past 10 years, 5,000 black males have been murdered. That means there are at least 5,000 mothers who lost children.
Yes, correct.
And there are brothers and sisters and uncles and aunts. We just went through 9 days of prayers and wake and a funeral, and I've seen people break down and cry over my sister, and I know love, they say anger is love disappointed. Why we don't rechannel the anger into passion that rebuilds the community? Black men have to stop being fools. Black men have to start having a long vision. I want Trinidad and Tobago to hear me. Sat Maraj and all of the successful Indian businessmen in this country started with a long vision, with a dream, with a hope that he would own that land, that he would build his house, that he would buy it block by block, and he going to work in his slippers. You pushing wheelbarrow and he pushing wheelbarrow, and at the end of the day, when you done, because I know in the construction business, when you done, when the people who work on a job site done at the end of the day, and you look, young black men, and they wash down and they dress up and they put on their perfume, they look like they're going to party, gold chain and gold ring, and that's cool. If that makes you happy, but go and sell the same gold ring and the gold chain now. You can't get half of what you pay for it. It's a waste. It's a foolishness. I don't own one single piece of jewelry. I don't even have a watch. I have a phone. That's it. I have a phone and a wallet. That's it. I don't need anything for anybody to tell me, to validate me to me. What I have is a long game. Janice, if I get paid $1,000 today and I need to spend money, I'm looking for ways to spend money that I could still get without having to touch that $1,000. And I want to push that $1,000 towards my long game, towards my dream. That's what I'm trying to say. People used to watch me. I drive a Nissan Navara TCY 2323. They know I used to drive a BMW, a 5 Series BMW. Philip, how come you're driving a van? Because I put everything I have into my long game. I put everything I want, so that because I'm a parent, so that when I die, I want my children to have a proper start from which they could plan their long dream, their long game, their vision. So that by 2 generations, my children, because I came from poverty, but by 2 generations, my children and their children will be able to have a real chance at a good life. Black Trinidad and Tobago has been in independent Trinidad and Tobago since 1962. And black Trinidad and Tobago has been at the bottom of the rung of the national ladder since 1962. In fact, I would go so far as to tell you, things deteriorated after the Queen left. Because there were still chances for development and for progression. Even though they couldn't get jobs at certain levels, they could still maximize their potential. But we don't have that going on now. Now what we have is a black community strolling along the avenue, buying rum and beers and partying in businesses from business owners that they don't own. So they're not in any way contributing to their own development. And again, where are the black leaders in Trinidad and Tobago? I would like to debate one, David Mohammed, who I think he's the Black Caucus or something.
I'm sure.
He tries, and I listen to him. I disagree with the way he comes at things sometimes, and then he says, I feel like I'm the only one who's supposed to be able to talk about this. And what David Mohammed doesn't understand is, unfortunately, and he and I could work together because I'll willingly work with David Mohammed on this issue. But what David Mohammed needs to understand is, I see it from this side. He can't understand it from this side. Now, I will never understand it from his side.
Correct.
But I know on this side how to cut that road for him. And if he could organize black Trinidad and Tobago with a vision, because black people have the same pride, black people have the same hope. It's just they've been relegated to the back of the bus in Trinidad and Tobago for so long that they expect it. If police have to go and arrest a Syrian business or a white businessman, they measure 3 times and cut once. Because they know at some point there will be a lawyer involved. We have to have these conversations. In a nation where, when we form this political party, every media house asks us, who's your base? Who's your base? And that base means which race going to vote for you. So we're in a country that is known by government, by politicians, by parties, by the media as being racist. We are a racist, race-based nation. And we have been avoiding having the conversation. And we can no longer continue to do that. We can no longer continue to do that because our country is falling apart, because those left behind have been left with no choice now but to fight, to take, and to get. Crime in Trinidad and Tobago. I have a friend named Colin Hamilton who tells me this is not true, but Colin Hamilton doesn't know it the way I know it. And crime in Trinidad and Tobago is first and foremost a function of poverty. Because the human resource that contributes to crime, those 2 little boys that went in since they come out 8 o'clock in the morning, they either went there looking for money to have a life, or they went in there because some other leader, some other controller. There are police officers in this country that control gangs, that control turfs, that control robbery that taking place in communities. Somebody could have sent them. The same way they have drivers, Janice, you may not know this. The same way they have drivers on the road driving P-taxis that doesn't belong to them. So they drive in the car, and at the end of the day, they have to hand the man who owned the car $300 and a full tank of gas, and anything else is theirs.
Right.
We have that in our bandit community too, you know, that you have to go out there and do robbery because your leader looking for money from you today. So if it's now, it's go. You understand what I'm trying to say? The little boys from Cocorite who's come and wash windows by Superfarm, Westmoreland, Columbus Circle, that has give some high-class people a little feeling of we contributed. And you stop and hand them at $20. I just bring them in my yard and I let them wash my car. You know how much time I let them take out box out my van? Like somehow. When Stokely Carmichael said on the stage in New York City, when you plunge that blade 1 foot into my back and you pull it out 6 inches, what did you expect? Gratitude? The conversation we're supposed to be having as a nation is how to bring black people back into the national family.
Well said.
Because the entire black community in Trinidad and Tobago is in crisis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Mr. Alexander, I agree with you 110%.
You could open your phone line 628-9595, 628-3131.
To that, we need to replace some bill, so we shall be right back.
Yeah. That was very, very well said. And that is the discussion. That's what had already taken place in serious.
This is tea? You sure?
So it was as a negative?
Yeah, but a big number too. I don't address, I don't deal with it.
Always dreamt of giving your home that
So they saw you at fault. The state saw you at fault.
We'll discuss it after.
Edition, TNT's #1 appliance brand. See our vast range of domestic and commercial products.
Janice, that article, how long it takes to read?
After sales service. Make your house a home with
I read it because of
additional
the
prices
phone.
today. Available on all major
You use Tony phone? Or it in your WhatsApp
My
or?
WhatsApp from
How much ads?
1, 2, 3.
Three more, stop it after this one now.
I could take out the pep, the other pep one, and I could take out the stick one. I have to play Jameson.
Wait now. If if we're gonna do phone lines, yeah, but not for this phone. I have my headset, but I wouldn't have it to do the callers.
To hear the callers on the phone.
This is not the phone I normally use for the live video. So all of you on the live, if you could tune into More FM, or you could go on the PEP page, it coming in on that PEP page, right? You could use that live there. You could tune into More FM 104.7 and listen to the callers, because we're going to take calls now. Unfortunately, this phone that I'm doing this live video on is not the phone that I normally use. So I can't even jack anything. Sorry about that. I have the thing to jack, but this new iPhone have a different slot.
Sometimes we put our liver under considerable strain without even being aware. For example, frequent consumption of alcohol, prescription drugs, and even being exposed to high levels of pesticides can be harmful. But Jameson has a solution for you. Liver detox. With a blend of artichoke, turmeric, milk thistle, and other herbs, Jameson's liver detox helps to protect and promote healthy liver functions.
It's a hard lash tone. And I had to think it through and sort it out. But it's a hard lash. 628-9595, 628-3131. Call in and have your say.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Gola.
And that's the point. And that's the point. You could never level the play field if you don't give everybody the same access to technology, because the whole world is technologically driven now. I think the country needs to face the fact that this PNM government is demonic, satanic, evil. I think that have a good day, my friend. Thanks a lot for your call. 628-9595, 628-3131.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Gola.
Good morning.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Black people will never have civil rights until Martin Luther King came along and they got civil rights. A black man will never be president until Barack Obama came along and a black man was a two-term president. So don't say never, because never is not a word in my dictionary. It is up to the black people to turn themselves inwards and look at what I am saying this morning. Forget about me. It's not about me. But black Trinidad and Tobago, but I'm saying to you, this message we putting out there, black Trinbago, ought to have this conversation with themselves. You can't come and negatively tell them nothing will change. That's unfair. I reject that. And I know you have a good heart, and I know you want to contribute to the conversation, and I know that you're tired of the situation. But let us lift our brothers and sisters up and encourage them. Let's don't discourage them. Oh God, I don't want you to end the conversation like that. You mustn't be so self-defeating. You must believe. You must believe. You must believe. You must believe. That is what Martin Luther King said. He said, I have a dream. You must dream. Well, have a good day, my brother. 628. Have a good day. 628-9595, 628-3131. I can't encourage that kind of conversation, Janice.
Morning.
I know that. You're not telling me nothing I don't know. But what I want to tell you is disproportionately, black people have the highest numbers of everything bad and the lowest numbers of everything good. No, God, don't get sidetracked by that now. Only getting distracted by foolishness. Let us pay attention to what we need to pay attention to. Caller. We cannot continue to have the conversation when we're talking about screws. We have to talk about nails so that the people who in nails don't feel left out. Come on, let's just elevate our consciousness. Nobody could say all of anything is anything. That is not what we say. And if that's what you got, I apologize. Thank you very much for your contribution. Have a great day, my friend. Okay, thank you, buddy. 628-9595, 628-3131. It's a hard conversation to have, Tony. It's a hard conversation to have.
It is.
Plenty people don't want to face the truth of Trinidad and Tobago.
You're damn right about that. They do not want to face it. They do not want to truly have this conversation face to face.
Good morning.
Morning, caller. How are you
Good
doing, sir?
morning.
Where you calling from? Nice.
I want to tell you this. You know what the mission should be? That you elevate everybody into one big 100%. Let we get 100% of Trinidadians having a good life. How about that be the mission? 100% of Trinidadians getting healthcare. 100% of Trinidadians getting proper education. 100% of Trinidadians have water in the tap. 100% of Trinidad and Tobago getting treated properly in the bank. How about that being our goal? Let us put aside, you and me, today, all the bullshit of the past. Because there's been a lot of bullshit in the past. But if we have to drag that along with us everywhere we go, we ain't going nowhere. Plug away, brother. Plug away. Have a good day. Plug away. 628-9595, 628-3131.
Good morning.
Morning, caller.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What door was closed? What door was closed to the black man? The Syrian have 5,000. The blacks have 500,000. What door is closed? But what door was closed? What door needed to be open? After slavery was abolished, after we got independence, after the Black Power movement broke through the doors and the walls that kept black people from elevating, what happened? I'm just asking you the question, because the Syrian community, 5,000 of them, are billionaires today. How could 5,000 Syrians be billionaires today and 500,000 black men have nothing? Negative policies was created. Policies of handout and dependency, so that black people were stunted. Half pack and a nip, take her 10 days. Show up, and if you could work for 2 hours for the day and get away, and everybody give each other a high five and a bounce. But that is what happened. The PNM underdeveloped. In fact, the PNM reversed the development of the black community in Trinidad and Tobago. But brother, I asked a question 3 times earlier. Where are the black leaders? Every single time 2 or 3 little black boys die on the ground, murdered, shot, committing crime, blood draining in the street, there should be a black leader lamenting the loss. Where are they? If that was 2 Syrian boys that get killed outside Sings Likamat, the whole Syrian community, if that was 2 white boys, if that was 2 Chinese, what I'm trying to tell you is, black people dying don't even make news anymore. But you are not going to get respect. They have something called the love language. You are not going to get respect until you tell people you are accepting nothing but respect. We teach people how to treat us. We teach people what we will expect and what we will accept. It is time to rebuild the black family. It is time to rebuild the black community. Mothers and fathers raising children with a long game. Children must see mommy and daddy working hard and sacrificing and building a future for everybody so that they know when they come of age and the baton is passed to them, that is their role and that is their mission. We need to do that island-wide in every constituency and every community, black, Indian, everybody. That is the only way all of us going to rise together. Every 2 weeks, a different person from Greenville calls me to tell me, come and represent we. PNM doing we wrong. And I tell them, until all of you all ready, I ain't coming. Because nobody ain't riding my back. I ain't nobody mule. Brother, I see them racing with the Red House. Racing. I'm watching Diego Martin Community Center that lie idle for 5 years. They're racing. This jackass and his band of malcontents are going to... A man tell me how you could call the Prime Minister jackass on the radio. I tell him I didn't know that was a state secret. Call her, let everybody else get a chance. Thank you very much for your contribution. I'm going up. I will go. If you want me to go, let's go. Thanks a lot, caller. Thanks a lot. Have a good day. 628-9595, 628-3131.
Morning, caller.
Don't say that. Everybody, I want to refer you to something called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Every human being has the same desires. I want you to go and check it, and you will understand why that is not a correct statement. People may tolerate living in a sewer, but that don't mean that's their first choice. 628-9595, 628-3131.
Hello?
It's still lighting up. They're back. Yeah.
Morning, caller.
Turn on the radio behind your caller. We getting feedback. Caller, we getting feedback. Turn on the radio. And caller, thank. Nah, he's an abuser. He was an abusive father.
Yeah, he was a...
I wish I was of age then. We could have dig him back up and hit him 2 hard slap. Eric Williams was an abusive father. He was not good. He was not a good leader. He destroyed this country. Everything that broken since is the legacy of Eric Williams. You see, when Patrick Manning used to say great is the PNM and it shall prevail, Black Trinidad and Tobago thought that included them.
Yeah, it's true.
The PNM prevailing, you know. Thank you, my friend. Thanks a lot for calling in. You come through when you have time, brother. Bring your maxi full. Looking forward to meeting you. Have a good day. 628-9595, 628-3131.
Morning, caller. How you going?
Not only unionize, it should have profit sharing. Because if you want the industry to prosper, no, I want to tell you the reason profit sharing works. No, you're right, but I want to tell you the reason profit sharing works is that the worker then gets a vested interest in the performance of the company, so they reduce losses, downtime, and increase performance. I understand that. Agreed.
Yes.
But more than that, I call her because I agree with you and I agree with the point and we can deal with that another time. But I want to tell you something. The real issue in this country is how people view themselves, how they see themselves and what they're looking to do going forward here. What they're trying to be as people in this country. That's the conversation we need to have. How we see ourselves, where we go from here. There is only one politically sexy politician in this country. Thanks a lot for your call, my brother. Looking forward to your support and your help. Sure.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, I mean, all you have to do is look at how I live. Just look at how I live. Just look at how I live. I mean, my Christmas, long before I thought I was going to be in politics, I raised my son knowing that Christmas Day we feed the homeless opposite Riverside Plaza in Columbus Square. No, you don't. But I'm saying, what I'm saying to you is, you must judge people by their actions. I am a wordsmith, you know, brother. I am a wordsmith. If I wanted to, I could talk you up and talk you down. But I want you to understand that I have a legacy now. I've written 1 million words that were published. I have been doing this for a long time. We march for dogs. We march for the justice for children. It is my Jericho project that kept the name Akil Chambers in the national conversation. There's a lot that we propose to do. More than vote for us. I want you to come on board. Nah, you see, you think I don't know? You think I don't? But I now come. I hear you, and I want to meet with you. I love that. But I want you to come on board. Yeah, I want to meet with you, and I want us to work because we have work ahead of us. Not just the politics, not just winning an election. Plenty of these political parties have planned for the wedding and forget about the marriage. The most important thing is the governance after. All right, brother. Thanks for the call. Have a good day. 628-9595, 628-3131. Apologies to everybody for that long call.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yes, go ahead.
Everybody what? I didn't hear what you just said. But I want to tell you something. All of that is learned behavior. Even the language that you're speaking to me with, even thinking in words, all of that you were taught. You were a different person when you were born. And you inculcated a worldview that was handed to you. And you manifested that. A lot of people grow up in situations less than ideal and become what they live. We need a social development and management ministry capable of understanding the development of a human being and intervening in the communities most at risk. Because if we want to raise all boats, then we need to know what that really means. When Stuart Young stole that line and said it, I don't think he had a clue what I meant. That Goodwood Park and Laventille, Westmoreland and Beetham, you need to twin those communities. Twin them. And tell yourself that in 5 years, I want the children of Beetham to have the same benefits and access that the children of Westmoreland have. Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
I love... yeah, I think so. I think he's a demon. I think he's a nasty, nasty man. I don't like him. And I vex because I vote for him, you know. And I vex because I had started a movement where I had said, Keith Rowley for political leader. I get fooled, boy. My sister bet on Keith Rowley with her life and lost it. I'm going to tell Trinidad and Tobago something. Every single person in this country that dies from violence, from gun violence, are dying as a direct result of the failure of government. And the Prime Minister is ultimately, he said it when he was sworn in. The buck stops here. Absolutely. And I love when you said earlier, what I want for myself, I want for others. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We must be blind to race. We must be blind to class. We must raise each other up and as one people move forward. You know how much money we will save in locksmith, burglar proof, security guard, all that nonsense? Have a good day, my brother. 628. Have a blessed day, my brother. You and God. 628-9595, 628-3131. Somebody tell me, why live a life so fearful when you could live a life prayerful?
Morning, caller.
We still in the morning where we are. I know, but Spanish,
Hey, boy, Spanish
you're
boy.
calling from a different time zone.
Yes.
I want Oh God. Weird to see that thing. Have a good day, my friend. 628-9595, 628-3131.
Spanish boy.
Good morning. Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, boy.
Indeed. Yeah, Rocky have a good heart, you know, but Rocky get frustrated with the politics and sell out to the PNM in 2015, and that's sad. That's sad because, but you know how many people has reached to the end of their road politically and say, you know what, I will cash in because I put in a lot of time, and that's wrong. But Rocky, I think Rocky still have a contribution to make, and at some point I can talk to him. Listen, I want to say this, I want to say this, and I can say this to you using your call. But I have no political enemies, you know. And anybody that wants a better Trinidad and Tobago, as long as you're not in slackness and bacchanal, come and join the Progressive Empowerment Party, because we will work together and fix this country in quick time. That's Ricky. That's Rocky brother Ricky. You call him, so you in La Puerta. Let me tell you something. Ricky work, that is what break him. Ricky real work. I mean, I'll tell you something. Me and Ricky not the best of friends, but I watch Ricky work until he get that road lift up, till he get Wassa to bring water up La Puerta, till he get that road paved over, and then people still went and vote PNM.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, because you see, and again, that is the thing, you know, that is the thing. You have to stop choosing massa. Choose freedom. Thank you, caller. Have a blessed day, my brother. Looking forward to meeting you. 628-9595, 628-3131. You drop that one?
No, the call dropped.
628-9595, 628-3131.
There we go. Hello, good morning.
Morning, caller.
Alright, so you asked two different questions there. One, if you're PNM or UNC or whatever, I don't care, you could be ORQ. It doesn't matter to me. But if you're not performing, you will get fired.
Simple.
You get that? That is our policy. That's our policy. You see, a union is not necessarily a bad thing, you know, but what the unions in this country have done, they've become political. When I found out Petrotrin union lawyer was Stuart Young, I say this is bullshit. You can't be both sides of the same conversation, himself to himself. Trinidadians, and again it comes down to black people, find some blasted pride, not false pride. I don't own a brand. I don't own a bling. I have a good life. Stop looking for false pride and get real pride in yourself and develop yourself and your people and make proper plans. Thanks a lot for your call, my friend. 628-9595, 628-3131.
Morning, caller.
Good morning. Yes. Okay, but I want to say this. If I get no seats, if I get no votes, call out, you understand something, eh? You see what I'm doing here this morning? No other politician can do what I do. And what I'm doing here this morning is trying to change the national conversation and get people to think themselves out of the problems. It doesn't have to end with me in office, you know. That means nothing to me. That's not my first choice. My mission, caller, my first... No, but you can't say that. You can't say if and when. Why are you sitting on the sideline waiting to see my performance before you get involved to fix the country? About to squander and... Caller, you have some hurts and I understand that. You need to seek some help. Our history has not been an easy history to write. We've had racist politics handed down from colonial days. Bastio Pandey and Patrick Manning continued it. To this day, you and I know that there is nowhere else on planet Earth that the grandchildren of Africa and the grandchildren of India have conflict. Let us erase the nonsense of the political divide, unite the people as one people under one flag, and fix this country. Good? It's politically sexy, we call it. Yep. All right. No problem at all. We're working hard at it. We're working hard at it. No problem at all. No problem at all. Thanks a lot for that, caller. You too. Somebody say until a black man lead the UNC. Same thing. Thank you for that. I feel the passion in your voice. Thank you very much. Have a good day, my friend. That call for like a blessing, Janice?
Yes.
You hear it in her voice, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Morning, caller.
Good morning. Yes, good morning. Wait, I want to ask a question. Let's stay on the first one first. Hold on. Different people tell me to say different things. How about we organize a big meeting of all the black Afro grandchildren of Africa, wherever we want to call ourselves, and have a vote and say, this is what we want to be called from today, so I will know. How about that? You agree with that? Good. Secondly, so correct me. I'm not hearing you. Speak up a little bit. About? Not at all. Not at all. You're wrong. You're entirely wrong. Because if you're not hearing in my conversation an appeal to Trinidad and Tobago to face this issue, okay. Caller, I want to ask you a question. You understand basic arithmetic? You understand basic arithmetic? When Peter George Sr. and Mario Sabga Aboud were able to tell the world, not Trinidad, the whole world, that we are only 5,000, but we are because 500. So if there are listen caller, I'm answering you. If there are 500,000 black men, black people, and 5,000, 1% is the most powerful, that means they lead you. I do not care about anything outside of these borders, and this issue that we are talking, do not let false equivalency and PNM logic distract you. Let us deal with the issue we have in front of us right now, this morning. Right now. I want you to tell me where the Syrian or the white or the Chinese Mova Bitam Lavantil Silas is. Where's that? Every time you say hold on, you know why you say it? Because you know that you're making a point that could be challenged. Alright, so I'm saying this to you because you and I obviously going to have a long, lengthy conversation, which I'm looking forward to. But it can't be now because the switchboard lit up and everybody want to have a say. So I want to ask you, I want to invite you to a conversation. Maybe even one day I'll bring you on the radio with us. How does that sound? This Saturday, we in Lion Civic Center from 10 o'clock in the morning till 6 in the evening. Come and meet with me. Oh gosh, we're there from 10 till 6. You can't find an hour, boy? Good. Come and meet with me this Saturday coming, right? I'm looking forward to seeing you. Absolutely, brother. If it is coming across that this is anything other than an appeal to lift, absolutely. And I respect everything you just said, and it's a fact. And now let's take that. Let's take that and take it forward. You agree?
Okay.
Have a good day, my brother. 628-913.
Not take trouble any place.
Papa, yo. Morning. Oh God. Yeah. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Where are you from? What community? What constituency? Nothing. 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 I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you're feeling better. Yeah? Get strong, dear. Get strong. Yeah? God call you're breaking my heart. You're making me think about my sister. My sister, they tell my sister she had to wait 3 months for dialysis, girl. She dead waiting on dialysis. And this is insane. This is insane. This is insane. This country is nasty. It's broken. These political parties have destroyed this country to enrich a few nasty people. Ah. Oh my gosh. Oh. Have a good day, my friend. Looking forward to meeting you. Get strong. Get strong. Keep her in her prayers. Keep her in your prayers, caller. Keep her in your prayers.
Yes, good morning.
Morning.
Yes,
Yes,
it
go
is.
ahead. Mm-hmm.
Carnage need to stand up. Carnage alone could fire Rowley. If Carnage alone stand up, they could fire that mocking pretender. Keith Rowley is a waste of time. Keith Rowley is a political wet spot. Keith Rowley is a cancer on this nation. Keith Rowley is far and away the nastiest prime minister we've ever had. Evil man. Evil man. A man who make two of his children deny who their father was. Lie to the nation. Sign every form that he only have 2 daughters. And after he make prime ministership.
Yes, go ahead. You have another son we don't know about?
Caller, I want to tell you something, I need you all to hold these people in political mind. I need you to organize yourself and organize people and pack them in your car and pack them in your truck. Walk with them if you have to carry them. Go for the whole election day. Go back and forth and bring people and tell them, vote Vote sense. Let we fix this country, you know, because we gonna lose it, you know. Miss me with that bullshit. If you're looking at Bram Logan and Ramdean, how come David West still have the job? Miss me with that bullshit.
Exactly.
Miss me with that.
Exactly.
You have to arrest 2 lawyers. You could have sent a summons for. Miss me with the bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm fed up of it. I want Trinidad and Tobago to put the Progressive Empowerment Party in power. I want Keith Rowley to hear me. You and all of your band, brother. Night has run till day catch up with it. Long rope for Maga Goat. Have a good day, my brother. Stay strong. See you soon. See you soon. 628-9595, 628-3131. Long rope for Maga Goat, Tony. Janice, long rope for Maga Goat. We, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, I want to tell you something. Your vote is the most powerful thing you own. Your vote will change the condition of your life, your community, your family, your future. Your vote. You've never had the power of your vote that you have now. The 1%. I want to tell you, Trinidad and Tobago. Listen, my sister had to die so that wealthy 1%ers could make money off public health in this country. Our health in Trinidad, our public health in Trinidad and Tobago is disgusting and criminal. You have an opportunity, Trinidad and Tobago, for the first time in your history. This is not no recycled politics, and I am telling you, walk with me, march with me, come and join the PEP. We open every Saturday at noon with an open mic for you to come and speak to us. On my social media, you could talk to me direct, message me right on my wall. You can't do that for Rowley and Kamala. Tell them, ask them, demand from them, demand a debate between Keith Rowley, Kamala Prasad Bisesa and me, and anybody else who think themselves a political leader in this country. Let us set the tone right now for a better Trinidad and Tobago. If you want it, we here.
That note, folks, we will be right back.
Fire in the place. You really come on this morning. Come on.
I was coming here. I saw the vagrant and I was stopping to do a live and I was parking there because I was going to do a live about the vagrant. So I said, before the record come home, I bring the van here. I said, but this van looking familiar. And then I said, but wait, now it's Wednesday. I said, but wait, now it's 3:30. I'm going to join them.
I'm going to run in and bomb rush you with it.
Pelta Stone.
Oh gosh. But that you're with you put your big the whole friggin' cake, yes? You put the ice cream on top of it.
This evening, if we do right, what we doing this evening, Janice, she on phones. Janice, this evening could be a game changer. Tony, we need a match, bro.
All the music.
When we doing our ad for the 70th party and announcing, are we doing an ad for it or we do after? But if we could sell all the tickets among ourselves, you're supposed to get the tickets when? Tony, the advantage, man. The advantage. They did today. But you know what?
So like they did with the forgot you?
We got talk. I bring from Jah.
When we pay the ads on time, we get the time to do and
Yeah, but you see the problem with interrupting every 15 minutes is you can't build a momentum, and we need momentum.
no, we come from 10 after 10 o'clock. Sorry, 11.
Come in at 9 o'clock. Watch me. Come in at 9 o'clock and play all the ads for the day. One time.
That's like a half hour. Now see, that's something like what went on this morning.
This is the last ad?
We have it today, tomorrow, and another.
Was it too important ads? The important?
Yeah.
yesterday's show, that topic was very much needed. And I think it invoked the listeners.
Callers tell us their reaction to what we're saying,
You know what I've realized too, like on the live, some of the lives, you have some clips. I want to be able to scrutinize all them videos and pull them clips out and post it separately so it can be boosted. There's certain, like today, as he came in, that whole segment where Philip started talking about Afro Trinidad and Tobago and the engagement where the callers was concerned that freaking
Janice can get his whole show from them, a whole audio, if you want the video, but we can't.
No, we
can't pull
it's on
video
our
from
Facebook page. You don't have to go to them.
Yeah, but Satish now is supposed to organize camera people to come, the PEP media, and you have to tell Satish this, to come with a proper camera and film their show, and then
we'll be able to edit it
and then edit it down and boost that. Out of the 3 hours, what happened?
Fallen down. I don't know, all of a sudden I find that
Yeah, because Monday when we were here, you had to do over that start.
Come, pull on.
no, we have a disclaimer.
Janet, another disclaimer after when we done. Pull on the disclaimer, it'll go after we done in the next 8 minutes. And it's only tears as soon as they win.
I wonder if I'm able to do a remix of it without any copyright issues.
Usually what the song wrote them. You could talk to them about that. Trinidad and Tobago, the appeal is to us. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. If we never thought that we had a right to better Trinidad and Tobago, now is the time. Now is the time to confront and resolve all our monsters. All the things that we thought we like it, so it will always be, we jamming still and all that nonsense. It's time to have frank conversations. Because nobody likes it so, Tony.
Yeah.
Nobody likes Trinidad and Tobago, it is maybe besides the contract mafia, and even them, between all the places they go to have smoke blown up their ass and then they go home to their gated communities, between that drive, they're in danger.
Yeah.
Trinidad is a dangerous place. You could break down. You could get a stroke or a heart attack in the wrong place, and the ambulance take you and rush you to the wrong hospital. And while your family trying to find out where you're gone, you're pronounced dead. Because you thought that you were safe. Because you had a little coin. I want them to know. I want them to understand. Coin can't necessarily save you. I want to remind them about Carlos Sabga, who taught the world. Anybody who could sing a prayer, a praise, shake a chicken foot over him, he went. Because the doctor tell him, buy your flowers. I want you to understand, death stalks us all. We have a hyphen between the day we born and the day we die. And that hyphen, that dash is the sum total of everything we do with our lives. We could become gluttons and gorge and feed and advantage and climb up and abuse and mislead and take our opportunities and our blessings to our benefit against everybody else. Or we could live a life that when we pass, even the undertaker sad to see us go. And the undertaker does make money when you're dead. The truth of the matter is, we are how we are, not just because of 1% greed. We are how we are because of 99% laziness. We are how we are because of 99% apathy. Keith Rowley, the first 10 years of misrepresentation in Diego Martin West, he should have been fired.
Yeah.
First 15 years. It was 20 years. The people of Diego Martin West always had the opportunity to say, I don't care how black you are. What I want is a representative in the parliament. I don't give a shit what you look like.
Yes.
I want a representative in the parliament. I want a better life. I want better roads. I want water in my tap. I want healthcare that works 24/7, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. We get healthcare, fine. We want that. Dedicated ambulances to Carnage, good. We want that. The people of Diego Martin West had every right and reason to fire Keith Rowley a long time ago.
Yeah.
As a minister, he is a doctor of geology and failed at that. This is the man who presided over Labitco, Las Alturas, Taruba Stadium. He was responsible for all of that. Las Alturas cost us millions to break down after we spend millions to build it. Our reality doesn't change until we change it. Until we stand together as one people under one flag and say, we want a better Trinidad and Tobago, that we're going to marshal the resources. The latest question the sycophants and the trolls asking me, all them ideas, Philip, you have, they good. Where we getting the money from? I want to tell them this. 50% of Colm Inwood budgets, theft. 50% of Hawaii budgets, theft. We steal money in this country like it is jub and jelly beans. And where the money going to come from to reinvent Trinidad and Tobago? Stopping the theft. Stopping the theft. We're going to redirect a lot of that money going after the same contract mafia and all the money they stole. I want to preside over a government that brings some of these dogs to justice. But that is another time for another conversation. What's your closing words?
Well, boy, it's not nothing to say after what you just threw up me, partner. All I say, Trinidad and Tobago, I truly hope that you have listened to the information given to you today. And there's, we invite you every Saturday, 12 noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue. Come on down.
This Saturday we're in Lions. This Saturday is Mother's Day Pep Market.
Yes.
Janice, you'll tell them about that. You'll tell them about that.
Yes. Let them know before we go there, John.
Yes, this Saturday we're having our pep market. Take the opportunity to come and get some great gifts for your mother, as Mother's Day is this month.
We have the barrel sale as well. We have
Correct.
stuff from overseas, nice deals.
Right, yes, correct. Great prices. We have the bouncy castle and face painting for the kids. Bring them as well. Know that they will be looked after. We have a food court, so come and have lunch. And there's great opportunities for getting products at reasonable prices.
And to all the other political parties who are trying to figure out where the Progressive Empowerment Party gets money to pay for this radio show and everything else that we do, we work that hard. We work that hard. I have never seen in the 4 years between the last election and this election any other political party have the amount of fundraisers that we have. Keith Rowley and Fitzgerald Hines stunt outside Price Mart selling tickets, and here they sell 10, but they're building a $25 million Balize house that would have cost them 250,000 tickets from the SABGA donated cars. Listen, it is time, Trinidad and Tobago, to call the demons by their names, and we have to fix this country or learn to live in the cesspool that they're building for us. Until we see you at Lions Civic Center this Saturday, stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.